Hello students, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, that's Akifa's Commerce Classes. So in today's video, we'll study a new topic, that is issue of shares for consideration other than cash. So it is not exactly a new topic because it is continuation to the share capital. So in my previous videos, I taught you all how to solve different sums on share capital. I taught you all about how to pass journal entries when there is a premium, par, discount, or maybe when there is calls in arrears, calls in advance, forfeiture and reissue. So let's move on to a new topic, that is issue of shares for consideration other than cash. Alright, so let's begin with the question. The question says, X Limited Company purchased a machinery for rupees 8 lakhs from Y Limited. The purchase consideration of rupees 1,40,000 was paid in cash. Balance by issuing shares of rupees 100 each at 10% premium. So pass the journal entries in the books of X Limited Company. So from this question, students, we can understand that there are two companies, okay, X Limited and Y Limited. So X Limited Company, what did they do? They purchased a machine whose cost was rupees 8 lakhs and they purchased this machine from Y Limited. Now the X Limited has to pay rupees 8 lakhs to Y Limited. So what did X Limited do? X Limited paid rupees 1,40,000 in cash, alright, and the balance amount, that is 8 lakhs minus 1,40,000. The balance amount it decided to pay by issuing shares, alright. One share was of rupees 100 each and these are issued at premium. You have to remember that the shares can either be issued at par or premium here. So in this example, the shares are issued at premium. So we need to pass the journal entries. So let's have a look at the solution. So we have to make the rulings in the books of X Limited, journal entries. Then we have date, particulars, LF, debit and credit. Our first entry will be machinery account debit to Y Limited. Now why did we credit Y Limited? Because we know that debit the receiver and credit the giver. So in our example, Y Limited is the giver, right? And what is coming in? An asset is coming in. So debit what comes in. So machinery account debit to Y Limited and the narration is machine purchased from Y Limited. And the amount is 8 lakhs and 8 lakhs. Alright. Next is Y Limited Company debit to bank account. Now in this entry, we purchased a machine of rupees 8 lakhs and made a payment of rupees 1,40,000. So here in this entry, the bank account will be credited, as we know that according to the golden rules of accounting, we debit whatever comes in and we credit whatever goes out. Alright. So in this example, in this entry, the cash is going out from us. Why? Because we have paid cash of rupees 1,40,000 to Y Limited. And similarly, Y Limited is debited because debit the receiver and credit the giver. So in our example, in this entry, Y Limited Company is our receiver. Therefore, Y Limited Company account debit to bank account. And narration is payment of cash to Y Limited. Now here the amount will be 1,40,000. Why 1,40,000? Because we have paid the company 1,40,000. Okay. So moving on to the third entry. So for the balance amount, we are issuing shares. So out of 8,000, we paid 1,40,000. So the balance amount will come in the third entry. Okay. So here what we'll do? First of all, we have to know that the total amount or the total cost of the machine was rupees 8 lakhs. Okay. From 8 lakhs, we paid rupees 1,40,000. We gave cash. So how much we are supposed to receive? We are supposed to receive 8 lakhs minus 1,40,000. That is this 6,60,000. How did you get 6,60,000? 8 lakh minus 1,40,000. You get this 6,60,000. Alright. So we have to find out the balance amount. Okay. Now here we have 6,60,000. 6,60,000. Alright. Now divided by 110. Now you will ask me, how did I get this 110? So in the question when we read, we know that one share is of rupees 100. Right. Plus there is 10% premium. So 10% premium is 10, which comes to 110. So when you divide 6,60,000 by 110, you get 6,000. Alright. So this is the number of shares that we have issued. Now the capital. Here we should know these are the shares, 6,000. So 6,000 shares into one share is of rupees 100 each. So when you multiply 6000 with 100, you get 6 lakh. Similarly, for reserve, we know that 6000 shares have to be issued. Alright, and here the rate of premium given to us is 10. So multiply it with 10. So 6000 into 10 will give you 60,000. So I hope you understood how I have solved this. First of all, Y Limited debit, I have got 6,60,000. How I got this amount? Because the total cost is 8 lakhs. So 8 lakhs, and we have already paid them 1,40,000. So the balance amount that we need to pay now is 6,60,000. This amount has to come in our bank account, or this amount we have to pay to Y Limited. Therefore, Y Limited company 6,60,000. Then here I got 6 lakhs because the total amount I divided by the number of shares, 110, which I got 6,000 into 100, 6 lakhs, and 6,000 into 10 is 60. So this is how we are supposed to solve a problem on issue of shares for consideration other than cash. So this was on premium. So after you do this, what you have to do? You have to total both the sides, that is the debit side as well as the credit side, and they both have to tally. Alright. Let's solve another problem on issue of shares for consideration other than cash. So the question says that Y Limited company was registered with capital of rupees 5 lakhs of rupees 100 each. Y Limited company purchased assets of book value of rupees 1,98,000 from X Limited company. It was agreed that the purchase consideration be paid by shares of rupees 100 each. So assume the shares have been issued at 1 par and second premium of 10%. So in this example, we have to solve in both the ways. We have to show when the shares are issued at par, and secondly we also have to show the entry when the shares are issued at premium. So let's understand the question. First of all, there is Y Limited company. So this Y Limited company, it had capital of rupees 5 lakhs and one share was of rupees 100 each. So this Y Limited company, they purchased assets of rupees 1,98,000 from the X Limited company. So you have to understand who is the receiver and who is the giver. After that, they paid purchase consideration by shares of rupees 100 each. So purchase consideration was given by issuing shares which were of rupees 100 each. So we need to pass the journal entry. So let's start with the solution. We begin with writing in the books of Y Limited journal entries. Then we draw the proforma, date, particulars, LF, debit and credit. So the first entry will be asset account debit to X Limited account, and the narration is being asset purchased and rupees 1,98,000 on both the debit as well as the credit side. In the first entry, we will record asset account debit to X Limited account. Why do we record asset on the debit side? Because we know that we have purchased something, and whenever we purchase an asset, the asset is coming into the business. Therefore, we have to debit it. And here X Limited is the giver. So we know the rule that says debit the receiver and credit the giver. So that's why X Limited will come on the credit side. So the amount is 1,98,000 because the cost of the asset is 1,98,000. Then second entry we have solved at par, and third is of at premium. So let's begin with solving at par. So X Limited account debit to share capital account, and the narration is being shares issued at par, and the amount will be the same, 1,98,000 and 1,98,000. When the shares are issued at par, you do not have to make any further calculations because it is issued at the par price or at the nominal price. So here X Limited will be debited. So now in this at par entry, X Limited is the receiver, therefore debit the receiver. Okay. Now moving on to the third entry, that is at premium. So in the question it says that premium is given at 10%. So we will write X Limited account debit 1,98,000, to share capital 1,80,000, and to security premium reserve 18,000. And narration is for issue of 2,200 debentures of rupees 100 each. So now I will explain to you all how did I get all these amounts. So we purchased a set of rupees 1,98,000. Okay, one share is of rupees 100 each. Therefore the premium as mentioned is 10. So it comes to 110. So therefore, how do we calculate this? We will get, here we know that the total amount is 1,98,000. Alright, and divide by 110. Why divide by 110? Because here it's mentioned one share is of rupees 100 each and it's at premium. So when you divide this, the answer that you will get is 1,000 800. Okay, so these are the shares that are issued. So number of shares issued are 1800. So when you multiply 1800 with 100, what you will get? You will get the share capital. So 1800 into 100. When you multiply this with 100, why you multiply it with 100? Because it's mentioned that the shares are issued by paying shares of rupees 100 each. So 1800 into 100 will give you 1,80,000. Similarly for premium, we know that premium is 10. So 1800 into 10. Okay, how I know premium is 10? Because it's given 10%. So it is 10. So 1800 into 10 will give you 18,000. Okay. See, I will repeat. This is the amount that X Limited Company is supposed to receive. Then divide this by 110. 110 because it is that premium. So 100 plus 10, it will give you 1800. Then multiply it with 100 for share capital. Why? Because it's mentioned that shares are issued at rupees 100 each. 1800 into 100 will give you 1,80,000. And similarly for premium, multiply 1800 into 10. It will give you 18,000. Alright. So after passing these entries, what you have to do at the end is, you have to just total the debit and the credit side. And it will be the same. Like in this example, I have got 5,94,000 on both the debit as well as the credit side. So these are the sums which might come for your exam. So share capital, it is another topic. Like we have application allotment, first and the final call. So that is another sum. This sum may come for your exam for around 2 to 4 marks, or maybe max to max 6 marks. So it is important that you all also know how to solve this particular sum. There are chances that you may get this question in the exam as well, along with the normal problem on share capital. Therefore, it is a very easy sum. You don't have to like by heart anything. You just have to know the basic entries. You should know that when it is the receiver, you have to debit it. When it is the giver, you have to credit it. And whenever any asset is purchased, you debit it because the asset is coming into the business. And you should know how you're supposed to solve when it is at par, premium and discount. Okay. So these were the two problems that I solved on issue of shares for consideration other than cash. I hope these explanations were understood by all of you. If there are any queries or any doubts in your mind, then please let me know through the comment section. Also, if you all liked my video, then please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.